Hello, everyone. Live. This is the first time I've been live for like a long time. Thanks to you guys for joining in. All my Patreon members, this is a new thing that I'm going to be doing right from now on. Oops, echo. Which is going to be like a secret podcast. I'm going to be doing this kind of twice a month, something like that. Basically, just talking about a couple of things that are going on and reviewing some kind of big news things that I think might be relevant, and also doing Q&A. Q&A is going to be the main thing, right? But anyway, thanks a lot for you guys for tuning in and being members on Patreon and channel members and all that. It's always great to speak to you. So a couple first thing is first, okay? Last month I did an offer for any new patrons and current ones at that time who had signed up from the $10 a month. I was going to do postcards, and they finally arrived. And they've been through a few iterations because I wasn't happy with the ones I had before, but they're here and they're getting sent out over the next couple of days. So that is good. And yeah, I want to talk about two main news stories, right? In this episode of the Secret Podcast, right here for Patreon supporters. And the first one is about the sequel to Lord of the Rings, right? Obviously, you guys will know about Lord of the Rings, the film, very, very famous film, but there had been rumors for a while about a television series for Lord of the Rings, right? With a massive budget backed by Amazon. It was going to be on Amazon, and rumors grew and grew over the last couple of years, and then rumors said that Scotland had been selected as the place that they were going to use to film the whole series, and that a new studio would be built in Edinburgh for that purpose, which is, let me tell you, for Edinburgh, that would have been absolutely enormous. You just have to look at how Game of Thrones has transformed the prospects in Northern Ireland and Belfast, for example, and also in Dubrovnik in Croatia. As well as the filming alone, like the tourism there in those places is off the scale, okay? So this news for us, the Lord of the Rings series, the biggest budget series was going to film in Scotland, was amazing. However, we got news today, okay? News today that it looks like Scotland has lost its bid. It's lost out on that chance. Basically, I guess Lord of the Rings is I've never really seen Lord of the Rings. It's never been something I've been into, but it was always filmed in New Zealand, okay? So I think New Zealand and Scotland were kind of competing for this, but it had been widely reported that Scotland had it, and it's been in the news today, really literally today, that it seems Scotland is lost out and it's going to New Zealand, and like literally I can't even begin to tell you how much of a massive loss this is for Scotland, right? This had the potential to be literally life-changing for millions of people here, I think. Like, it would have really transformed our economy so much. So I'm looking at the news article where I've seen it on the National today, which blames the turbulence of Brexit as one of the main reasons why this Lord of the Rings sequel has decided not to film in Scotland. So that's obviously not good. That's a big shame. But New Zealand, meanwhile, it's obviously going to be made in Auckland in the studios there, and it's going to literally. They've said this could be like a defining moment for New Zealand, right? It's obviously a small country like Scotland, and this had the potential to literally totally transform their economy. So they're obviously very, very excited about it. The Prime Minister of New Zealand, Jacinta, she actually had a conversation with Jeff Bezos for an hour on the phone, half an hour on the phone, it says here in this article, very recently, and that's what apparently swayed the decision. So I don't know what Nicola Sturgeon was doing. Was she speaking to Jeff Bezos as well? I assume she probably should have been. I mean, I know that Jeff Bezos was speaking to her as well about the tragedy of the shooting that happened in New Zealand, but I just feel like, you know, that is really not good for Scotland that is lost out. That would have been literally, it would have transformed this place, okay? mean, we've already seen massive movements with Outlander and other stuff, but this is a series that was on another level in terms of budget and in terms of the amount of fans it's going to get around the world. So big shame, big loss. Just seeing some of your comments that are coming in now. Let's see. Why is it not let me scroll up? Okay, Carrie, everybody wants to film in Scotland. Yeah, Carrie, that's it's a shame that it's not going to happen. Like you said, there's a lot of filming going on in Scotland now, but Lord of the Rings, yeah, biggest series ever made apparently, and it's lost for Scotland. Such a big missed opportunity. I feel like it's a World Cup final, right? And you're like in the last minutes, and Scotland has just missed a penalty that would have won the World Cup. Not that that will ever happen. Andrew McClure says, going to the Edinburgh Festival in a few weeks to see Danny McCaskill. Any recommendations? Andrew, that's cool. You're going to enjoy it a lot. I can't really recommend any shows because, for one, it changes every single year. It's always new acts. And for two, I don't really go to many of the shows. I think for me, as a local, one of the best things about the Edinburgh Fringe Festival is just to be in the city, right? Just to be in the city and enjoy the atmosphere. And that's what I do every single year. I tend not to go to many shows. But you know what? You're not going to be short of options. Just walk around the city. That's all you need to do. Just walk around the city and you'll see things that you like, and you'll be offered flyers and leaflets to all the different shows. And what I recommend is, if you've got a lot of time in Edinburgh during the festival, just go to some random things that you don't expect, like a flyer that somebody gives you on the street that looks all right. Just go to them. Some of them will be bad and some of them will be amazing, and that is the beauty of the Edinburgh Festival. So hopefully that answers it, and you'll have a great time. Like, it's the best time of the year to be in Edinburgh, for sure, right? Carrie says, can't believe Robert the Bruce was filmed in Montana. Yeah, I think so, Carrie. I think going back to your earlier point about lots of people wanting to film in Scotland, and then Robert the Bruce filming in Montana. Remember one thing, Robert the Bruce they had a much smaller budget for that film. And because Scotland has become so popular, because so many people are filming here, it was too expensive for that production to film in Scotland, unfortunately. That is like almost like a victim of its own success, where Montana was very cheap. So like, I don't blame them. Like, they just didn't have money for it. But as I said, massive loss for Scotland that the Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings series is not going to be filmed here anymore. Like, it would have made thousands of jobs here. So big shame, but there you go. Cynthia, just to recap, you've asked what series it was. Lord of the Rings, okay? The movie series. Amazon is launching, they're just starting now, they're starting production in the next couple of weeks and months, a new series about Lord of the Rings, which is going to be the biggest budget for a series ever, okay? Biggest cast, biggest production, biggest everything, funded by Amazon. I'm not sure when that will be on screens. I dare say probably a year or two from now, but it was planned to be filmed in Scotland, and for whatever reason, at the last minute, it seems they have pulled that plan and are now going to film in New Zealand instead. So big loss, but there you go. Another bit of news, my hair has been lopped off. I've got short hair now. I was feeling like in Scotland right now. I don't know if you saw my last video on my main channel, right? The heat that we had here and going to the beach, right? It was getting really hot, so I decided, you know what, get the hair off, start again. So that is what's going on with that. Okay, so the next bit of news I wanted to talk about today is Outlander. How many of you guys are Outlander fans? We saw Sam Heughan, the main man, being given honorary degrees from 2 Scottish universities over the last week, which I think is amazing, right? And unfortunately, so there was a bit of there was a couple of like kind of snide comments online I noticed from journalists as well, saying, does basically, do actors like Sam, do they deserve to get such an award on an honorary degree from university? And for me, it smacks of, Scotland. Scottish people have always kind of ignored Scottish people doing well, okay? It's almost like, I don't know, it's weird. I've never really fully understood it, but we tend not to pay attention much to what Scottish people are doing, and we don't like these kind of... Scottish people have never really been massively into these films and stuff and series about Scotland, and Outlander is definitely one of them. So I found it a bit weird. You probably saw, I posted about this on Twitter today, okay? I had that discussion, and obviously a lot of Outlander fans were upset. And then I posted it also onto the forum on Facebook that I have about Outlander, the forum, and a lot of people there were also asking about why Scottish people like that. But there was also a lot of people who kind of agreed as well with the principle that actors shouldn't necessarily get honorary degrees, because some people worked hard and spent a lot of money to get their qualifications, and then some actor just comes along and gets an award. But my argument is, like, Sam Heughan in particular, obviously he does a lot for charities, raised, like, I don't know how much money specifically, but millions, right, for charities in Scotland and elsewhere, which is one thing. But secondly, like, I can't emphasize enough how much the economy in Scotland has been changed because of Outlander, right? I was telling you guys, like, how much this Lord of the Rings series might change Scotland, but the Outlander series on its own has done so much for Scotland. We're talking whole economy shifted to tourism because of so many people coming here now. Many businesses have been launched off the back of Outlander here in Scotland. So it's a shame that people here don't give it more prevalence. And also, I think Sam deserves that recognition. And it's not just Sam, of course, because Outlander's a big production. There's a lot of people involved in it. Cast and crew. I mean, they all deserve it. Diana deserves awards as well. And she's obviously got them from the Scottish tourism industry recently. Because it has done so many good things for us. But yeah, Toy says, such an economic loss to Scotland. Sad to lose these types of opportunities. Yeah, it's not been the only opportunity we've lost, but this one just feels like a different one. It feels like a big loss. Like, I think this is going to be in the scale of Game of Thrones, like in terms of how many fans it's going to have around the world. So we're talking that type of loss, which is obviously not good. But there you go. Moving on, okay? That was kind of the two big things I wanted to talk about this week. But I'm going to do a Q&A now because a lot of you guys have sent in questions and answers on Patreon, right? And I'm going to get through some of them as much as I can. So one question from Joseph Steele. Joseph has asked if I can kind of cover Scottish music in a video, Celtic music, and the bands involved in that. I don't know much about Celtic music, I must be honest, okay? Actually, I know nothing about Celtic music. And the bands that do it here in Scotland, it's not that popular, especially here in the cities. But I would be interested to learn more. I like Gaelic styles of music. I like going to Kelly, so maybe there's something in that. Maybe I can definitely do a video. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. There's a lot, so basically I put a post on Patreon asking people to ask questions, and rather than questions, I got like a lot of suggestions for videos. I'll have to go through some of them later on, but what else? Another question from Sean Henry, which is the same question I already answered to Andrew on this thread earlier, right? About what to do in the Edinburgh Fringe. Like I said, just to be in Edinburgh during the festival is amazing on its own right, and there's so much to do here. I mean, like I said, I've not got any specific recommendations for the Fringe Festival because it changes every single year. I would just recommend to get out there on the streets, enjoy the atmosphere, speak to people, and go to as many different shows as you can. Free ones, some you have to pay for, and then you'll find the good ones, right? So that is what I would recommend. Peg Crumby says, will I be visiting Brazil this year? I'm not 100% sure. We were already in Brazil this year in January, and we've not got any plans to go back this year yet. But maybe next year. I don't know. We'll see. What other questions. Kate Chisholm says, I'd like to see you do videos of Hogmanay celebrations and the Scottish traditions. I've done loads of videos on that before, but obviously to do it again, I would have to wait until next year. Until New Year's again. Jamie asks if I'm going to be doing more collaborations with Rabbies, the tour bus company I've been working with. Yes, actually, I've got another series of videos planned with Rabbies within the next couple of months. We're going to go to one of the islands, which is very different for me. What else is there? Lindsay sent a comment and she sent a box to Scotland, and the whole posting and stuff like that was quite difficult. Yeah, you know what? I totally agree. Posting internationally is a nightmare, all right? Any of you guys who've sent me boxes will have known this. I've done it as well. I've sent boxes to other places around the world, and postage in general, when you're sending between countries, is not fun. So I very much appreciate all you guys who have went to the effort of doing that. Let's see. So that was all the questions I had on Patreon over the last. I had lots of suggestions for types of videos to do, but I'll cover them later on, right? For now, I just wanted to do some question and answer. I'll cover a couple of questions that have come in now, okay? In comments, Cynthia says, don't mind Sam getting an honorary degree. He's a wonderful ambassador for Scotland and should be recognised in a special way. I totally agree with you. I totally agree. He's a great ambassador and done so much. So, yeah. So Toy says about North Carolina, the trip that I'm going to be going in October, right? A lot of people have been asking me this, and I've not really spoke much about it. I've just mentioned briefly that North Carolina is happening at some point. And the reason I've not talked about it is because the plans aren't totally finalized yet. But basically, one of the viewers of my vlog very kindly offered to take me to a festival in North Carolina in October, which is obviously coming up pretty soon now. But it's specifically an Outlander thing, okay? It's an Outlander event. But obviously, I would like to do a lot of other stuff while I'm there. I just haven't figured out exactly what yet, right? And also, a lot depends on something that I'm kind of working on right now, which I'm basically interviewing for jobs right now in London. And if that comes off, then I'm going to have a lot less free time to travel. But even then, if that works out, I would probably plan to come to the States very soon as well. But it's just going to be for a shorter time period than I would have liked. I just don't know. There's a lot of things up in the air right now, and it's kind of difficult for me to commit to anything. So that's why I've been holding off and really trying to make solid plans on going to the States, just because I don't know if I'm going to be here in Edinburgh or if I'm going to be in London or what, right? Just professionally speaking, like there's a lot going on. Hopefully it'll be resolved soon within the next month where I'm going to be staying permanently, and then from there I'll be able to decide exactly when I come to the States and do like a proper documentary, because it will happen eventually, right? And I will be coming to the States this year, 100%. Hopefully I'll have lots of time to do it, and then I'll be able to travel properly. I've got one really specific idea for a great video series, documentary series in the States that I need to do. I really want to do it. But I just need to wait for confirmation of something happened. Gary, I would absolutely love to come into Houston. I would love to do that. So hopefully I can work that out. But as I say, I'm just waiting for some things to come off right now in terms of work things in London, and I can't organize anything at the moment until that is done. Right? So yeah. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, like all you guys are talking about that trip and like how we can make it happen. Just give me like a month, right? I'm just waiting. Like I said, I'm just waiting confirmation for like kind of work professional type of stuff. And if I get accepted to the things that I'm trying to do with that situation, then like I said, it will give me less time, but still doable. Either way, whether it's a short trip or a longer trip, I'm definitely coming soon. I need a couple of weeks to get things organized, all right? And then I'll decide. But thank you so much for your kind comments. It really means a lot to me. I'm kind of sipping a Coke right now. Cynthia asked if I will be in Edinburgh during the festival. I don't. That's one of the things I don't know at the moment. So what I've just been describing about kind of my professional work type of thing that might be happening in London, if that happens, then I will not be in Edinburgh during the festival whatsoever, right? Almost none of it, which is a shame, but you know what, it's just life. If I'm here, of course, I would love to meet up with you and anybody else who's in town during the festival. I will definitely meet up if I'm here, but it really depends on this London thing, which I'll talk about later on, but it's been a long process. So yeah, and that's what I say to anybody who's here in Scotland, in Edinburgh. If I'm here and I'm available on the day that you're here, and I would love to meet. Like over the last 2 weeks, I've met 3 or 4 different people who watch the videos, just to say hi and stuff. So yeah, I tend to love to meet people, if I can. So just let me know when you're here, and I'll let you know if I'm around. But anyway, I think that's it for the Secret Podcast this week. As I've said, I'm going to be trying to discuss a couple of important topics like this every fortnight, which will be going to you guys on Patreon. And I really appreciate you guys being here and chatting and all that kind of stuff. As always, it means a lot to me. And yeah, drop your comments down below, and I'll speak to you soon. I've got another video tomorrow. And before I go, guys, I know not all of you guys will be watching from the States, but a lot of you are, right? And I just want to say now, because it is Wednesday the 3rd, tomorrow is the 4th of July, Independence Day, right? So happy 4th of July to all you guys in the States, right? I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great holiday. If you're not working, I hope you have lots of sunshine and barbecues or whatever it is you guys like to do. Just have a great day and happy Independence Day. So last night, I got invited by the US Consul General to Scotland to go to their party in Edinburgh, right? It was really, really awesome. So basically they invite like kind of a lot of like politician type of people and stuff. So yeah, I went to the US Consul's party last night, which was amazing. 4th of July party, although it was on the 2nd of July. And the reason that it was on the 2nd of July is so that all the embassy staff can have the 4th of July as an actual holiday and not have to deal with like a big party, right? So that's pretty cool. That was awesome, really great experience. And like I said, it kind of really brought home. So in that event, we were talking all about the connections with Scotland and the United States. What it means, like what are our cultural ties with Scotland and the United States, and obviously they're very, very deep. And there's a lot more to that even I don't understand yet, and that's why I've been doing these videos, to kind of really build those connections. So I did film that trip to the US Embassy's party, and I'll be putting that together probably tonight or tomorrow, and I'll put that out tomorrow to celebrate Independence Day. Carrie says the dogs don't like it. Does that mean there's a lot of fireworks involved? Because I know when they have fireworks here as well, our dogs don't like it. So anyway, whatever you guys are doing tomorrow, happy Independence Day if you're in the States. Hope you have a good one. And thanks for watching this first episode of The Secret Podcast right here on YouTube, and it'll be around on playback. And I hope to do another one, as I said, in a fortnight time. But there will be a vlog tomorrow on Independence Day. So have a good one, guys. Thanks for joining in. It's been great to talk to you as always. And have a good night as well. Take care.